Welcome back to Talking Topics, where talk topics, usually cursed, sometimes not. Today it's definitely slightly cursed. I'm your host, Gooter Spooch. I'm going to be your guide through all this cursed nonsense. And with me today is Oscar Mike. He's water baron still? Like, what's going on in the Detroit exclusionary zone
Uh,
nowadays?
so update. I'm launching an amphibious assault of Windsor. Because those goddamn Canadians have had it too good for too long.
Oh, okay, so you're trying to expand the zone.
Yes.
So is it like that the U.S. government doesn't quarantine that side of the zone?
Well, I mean it's Canada, so they
Well, I'm
have no
saying like they don't have any
jurisdictions.
type of joint effort or anything.
No.
Ah, so the Canadians are weak and you're willing to strike at their mounted hearts.
Hmm.
Interesting. And also with me today is Psydro. You know him, you love him. He draws furry stuff and is a furry. What's going on, Psydro? What's up with you?
Beelzebub's still in my house,
Oh
and
yeah,
I can't get him to leave.
yeah. You're not level 5 yet or whatever, right?
Yeah, I'm not level. No, I've gone past level 5. You can only kill Beelzebub if you're level 5.
Fuck, that's really wrong.
Yeah,
Or game design.
yeah, it is. But like Beelzebub's like flying around my house and like getting in the fucking honey jars. It's gross because he fucking takes them and slams it across and like flies. He doesn't even sit down to eat it. He just flies across the living room and gets honey everywhere. And it sucks. And I want Beelzebub gone. And I don't know how to draw the summoning circle to do that. So like,
That
if
sounds
any
really
if any
rough.
demon slayers are in the audience,
Oh
please,
damn.
I need an exterminator.
Quick side note: Demon Slayer, the show, fucking sucks. If anyone tells me it doesn't, they're a fucking liar. But
Alright.
I don't know if anybody here likes it, but fuck that shit. It's
I haven't
trash.
watched it.
It's trash. Don't watch it. It's fucking boring as shit, and it's trash. In
Okay.
any case, I have a question for you, Sai.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on profile pictures in general?
I think they can be a really neat way to express yourself without actually expressing yourself and give someone an image of who you actually are without doxing your real face.
Okay, that's good. I like where your mind is going. I'm gonna share an image with you, and I want your opinion on it. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think about this?
Uh, I can definitely get a personality out of it.
Yeah,
I
but
can,
what do you think about it? Does it look good? How's it look?
uh, depending on the person, it would look good.
So, what do you think it looks like?
It looks like someone who wants to give off chill vibes, but also be like, I've got that bling because they've obviously just gold plated themselves. Honestly, I think the person who owns this might be kind of an asshole.
Oh, you
Oh, an
think?
asshole, you
I will
say?
confirm, Sidro. We know that they're an asshole. Sidro, did
Well,
you know that you're actually currently looking at currency?
ah,
That is an NFT, Sidro.
okay.
That is one of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs. And that's actually what we're talking about today, Sidro, is the world of NFTs. Do you know what the metaverse is, Sidro?
That thing from Persona 5 where you go in and
No.
you tell people not to hit.
Definitely not that.
All right.
So,
Okay.
the metaverse, right?
Met-
The metaverse is the sort of digital layer to reality, right? And that's where a lot of people are choosing to put their investment dollars in today. Because, Sidro, the only thing that's stopping you from investing in the metaverse is being a pussy and not willing to bet on stuff that has no growth prospects. One of my favorite quotes comes from Kevin Wu. Are you familiar with Kevin Wu?
Not exactly.
So Kevin Wu is a NFT boy, and he is probably one of the most fucking like cringe lord men. Whatever he is, I think he's a man. I'm not sure. Right?
Free
Cringe lord motherfuckers in existence. So I'm going to show you one of his tweets, and I'm going to read it out loud. I'm not staking my golden apes on any smart contract for utility tokens. Too risky that the contract gets hacked. Think many might get floor apes just to stake and keep rares permanently in cold storage, unless a good solution could be created. What did he just say there, Sidro? Please pick that apart. Do you understand anything he just said?
Okay. So let's take the verb of the sentence, taking, and then go with the subject, golden apes. and then break down the sentence by saying that these words don't fucking mean anything
Yeah.
together.
So
What?
that's NFT speak. Another really great example of more of Kevin Wu. I'm just picking on this particular guy because he's such a dipshit, and it's really fucking funny, right? So here's another one. The blockchain is the modern day solution to storing high valued art in free ports around the world. Owners of real physical art, quote unquote, right click save by getting someone to paint a fake which they put in their house while the OG is kept safe. Sound familiar? What he's saying there, Psydro, is that NFT art is just like a real life art, because even though I can right click and save the PNG that the NFT is, right? And have it without paying for it. It's just mine now, right? He's comparing that to creating a copy of a real life artwork. What do you think about that?
I mean, there's there's a fucking documentary about a guy who deliberately recreates who forges like real paintings and hands them over to museums as the real like painting. And
Trolling.
and if yeah. It's an amazing documentary because this guy is like really fun to like look at all the stuff he's doing with this, and I don't care about forgeries and if that's the case, but like I think if you're like if your proclivity to like what owning art is like you have to like pay for it in a way for it to be real, then like you're fucking elitist asshole.
No, Psydro, you don't understand. He's not paying for it to be real. He's saying that it's currency. And even though you could just right click, copy, save, or whatever, he's saying that the OG art still somehow has value. Another great tweet by Kevin Wu.
Well,
digital friends are underrated. Normies can't understand. If you want to know what kind of energy my man is packing.
Well, I want to say that like with a physical painting, even if it's a recreation, there's still a degree of skill and like talent that goes into
recreating
it. Whereas, not to say that like digital art doesn't require that, but when you're literally, as he says, right click and saving, like any value that any quote unquote value the original piece may have had is like instantly obliterated.
Well, the other thing for me is that, like, if let's say, like, I have the original Mona Lisa, right? The original Mona Lisa was painted by Mr. Da Vinci, right? So I can't, like, make Leonardo da Vinci paint the same painting because he's fucking dead. But I could sure as shit have the same exact picture that has no real difference, because there's no way to tell me that it's the original file, if that makes any sense, when you, like, mint an NFT or whatever. So it's not like it has any inherent value by being quote-unquote the real one. Whereas, like, the original Mona Lisa has the inherent value of being painted in real life by Leonardo da Vinci, which you can't replicate. It's literally impossible. Because even if you somehow resurrected Leonardo da Vinci with magic and got him to paint another one, it's still not the original. Because that's the second one he painted, you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas, like, when you're just copying a digital file, it's the exact same fucking thing. It's literally, there's no difference. Yeah. I think it's so funny that these dudes, like, smell their own ass gases so regularly. Like, it's insane how fucking often these NFT dipshits are like, bro, you gotta fucking invest in NFTs, the metaverse is the future. It's like a weird cult too. Let me see if I can find it. Also, Mike, do you have any wonderful NFT things to share?
I do. Actually, this brings us back to the first thing with profile pictures. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Identity 2.0. Yeah.
Digitally scanned representation.
Yeah, well, it's great because his representation of values and beliefs is bearded man with glasses and hood.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about it, right, is that one is the genetic lottery, right? And it's all about physical traits, right? And the other one is identity by choice. I choose to look like a pixelated hood man, right? And then instead of genetic lottery, it's unique and digitally scarce because there's only one NFT picture.
Yeah, that's like the other thing is like by posting this on the internet, it is no longer digitally scarce.
Yeah, because you can just fucking copy it. It's insane.
There's definitely a type of person that wrote this.
It is fantastic. I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. I feel like there's like a weird intersection between NFTs, like NFT people, and like, how do I put this? Being like an incel, or
Yeah,
like at least
I mean-
being like a fucking internet weirdo redditor motherfucker. By the way, if you're wondering, part of Kevin Wu's biography reads, a professional JPEG investor, which I think is very, very fucking funny. I'm not sure if that's a joke, but if it is, it's extremely hilarious. If it's not, extremely sad.
Huh. I'm pretty sure these people just see it as like a literally like a Bitcoin, like a new Bitcoin to them. Because it kind of is, I guess.
I mean,
But,
I
like-
would disagree, because at least with like cryptocurrency, it's still a
It's money,
currency.
yeah.
You can, you could go on the dark web and get like a mysterious bag of pills for it, but like the whole point of it being a non-fungible token is that it isn't currency.
Yeah, and you also, it's non-fungible, as in the only part of the fucking product here that is not like replaceable or recreatable is the fucking receipt you get for buying it. That's literally the only part of it. So I can't trade fucking diaper dogs for like a hitman assassination of my wife or whatever, right? But I could sure as shit trade Bitcoin for it. It's just so fucking stupid, man. Also, one of my favorite things ever is like people constantly adding the NFT people, being like, "What are you gonna do? Are you scared?" Right? And it's just like a folder on their desktop that's just full of copies of their fucking profile picture. Stop, Squidward, you're scaring him. And I wanted your opinion about this, Psydro, from like an artist's perspective. What do you think of people using like art as a way to make a unique identity for like a currency?
So, anyone who uses their own art to do that, like they can do whatever they want if they're fine with whatever they're pumping into the air to make the NFTs.
Yeah, destroying the environment or whatever. Yeah.
If that's cool, if they're fucking conscious, whatever. I guess it's fine. If you are taking someone else's art and making NFTs off of it, you're probably a piece of shit. That's like a common thing, I think, where like people tend to take like pieces that it was a common thing when NFTs like were becoming a thing, where like an artist would post a piece and then someone would immediately respond with the NFT of that piece that they now own because they made it and not the artist, which is like shitty because it's both like a way to like you are like making money off of someone else's work first of all, and that fucking sucks. And like you could argue that like no they aren't, but like if anyone's ever looking to buy that NFT, it's because of the art that the artist made, did make probably. And the artist can't do shit about like them selling the NFT because apparently like the creator of the NFT owns it and not the artist.
Yeah. Well,
but
that's
also,
like the problem is like separating like the token, the image or video.
No. To be very clear, the token itself is the receipt, not the image.
I mean, yeah.
It is not the image. You're literally buying ownership of a receipt, not the image, because you can't own the image. Like, it's not like a copyright where people can't reproduce it. It's literally you're just owning the receipt that says you bought it.
Yeah, so I really don't think that there's any sort of legal recourse that like an artist could do in that case.
No. And I just if anyone like redistributing an artist's work without like their express permission is just bad. Like that's or like not only redistributing their work, but like redistributing their work without like credit. Like I don't know. People uploading like some YouTubers clips onto TikTok is also a common thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't necessarily think that's usually horrible. I just think it's horrible when like they take out any like they intentionally take out like any mention of like who
they scrub it. It's not like they just repost it, they scrub it.
They scrub it
completely clean.
Yeah, clean. And it's that's kind of how a lot of NFT people treat this too.
Yeah.
Where like
Sorry.
the original artist doesn't matter after they've made the NFT. They're fucking gone. They might even go in and like super like Photoshop out any like logo they put in just so they can like make the NFT of it. But like, eh.
The thing is for me as well, right? And the reason I think the NFTs are so fucking funny is that people are basically just paying money to like be part of an elitist circle jerk. And it's really fucking weird. Because like I'm not sure if the people like this Kevin Wu guy who are making these fucking golden apes or whatever, like I'm not sure if they're cynically doing it. It feels like they are, right? Like they know that they're just tricking Reddit dipshits into thinking like, because notice how like it has very much like GameStonks energy, right? Like all the people are like, yeah, we're really showing the banks by investing in our Ethereum into these fucking diaper dogs and crypto dick butts or whatever the fuck, right? Oh yeah, speaking of which, if you'd love to see a wonderful image, Psydro, go ahead and look at this. I'll read it for you. And this is what I'm talking about with like this elitist weird shit where there's like this entire language unto itself that's so incomprehensible to outsiders that when somebody outside of the like NFT circle jerk is like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They're like, huh, you wouldn't understand how much one dick butt is worth, right? Like,
So,
you're
like-
such a fucking silly boy. And
So,
one second,
like-
let me read this for the people who are just listening. Tweet by Killer Acid. Waking up to dick butts pumping. Check what's hidden in my wallet. 5 dick butts. Dust those boys off. It's dick butt season. Retweeted. Quote tweet underneath. Dusting off my diaper dogs while I'm at it. Like he's about to make a fucking stupid profit off of all his crypto dick butts and his diaper dogs. Sorry, go ahead, Psydro.
So these people are like taking just meme images they find essentially, or
Yeah.
just like weird images they find and making them like a NFT currency almost that
Yeah.
is created and collected,
Well,
and that's how they like communicate about it.
well, it seems like there are these sort of I don't know. I don't know another term besides like collectives that are like minting these fucking
Yeah,
things.
yeah, like that Kevin Wu guy. The reason I specifically pick on his stupid ass is he's very much responsible. Like those fucking apes, he's the one that like commissions art and sells them like that. Like he mints the NFTs and shit.
Yeah,
And
so
then
they're usually
he's on like social media trying to pump them up. It's like, you know, like my daddy doesn't like me coin or whatever from like some fucking YouTube grifter, and they're trying to like pump and dump it, right?
Yeah.
For me, NFTs are just like that, except like I don't even know. Like it's got more appeal to it to these fucking like dipshits who are like, haha, yeah, they'll never understand the individuality of like how I'm doing. That's why I think this fucking Santiago guy with this picture, right? Where he's got like the picture of himself. I think he's like lost in the sauce. He's caught up in the grift without realizing it's totally just a money-making grift by people who are selling diaper dogs and shit. Right? Because you could tell he's got like Redditor, like, I'm very unique and very smart energy, right? Where he's like, oh yeah, my old picture, that's like the skin me, that's the meat me. But this other one, that's my identity. That's what I'm choosing to do. And that's fine, right? We talked about this in the furry episode. That's fine for that to be like your identity. I think that's pretty cool. What the issue is that people are taking that want to be unique and like, oh, only I'm like this, right? And they're selling it to people as NFTs. Because you're buying nothing. You're just buying the feeling of superiority, elitism, and feeling unique. You're not actually unique. Because anyone can have that profile picture. You just have a receipt that says it. You know what I mean? It's very much like Reddit debate lord energy, and it's really fucking silly. That's why I think this dude is getting grifted, but Kevin Wu's stupid ass is just trying to grift these fucking morons into buying their stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think anyone who engages in NFTs, or at least the people we've looked at right now, probably think of their avatars in the same way that like a lot of furries or like literally anyone else with an internet persona does.
Yeah,
Or
like
like
their
they're-
spirit power or whatever. Their spirit animal.
yeah, yeah, they can't attune their chakras to their
Yeah.
NFTs, unfortunately, unlike I can. But unlike me. Okay, but I think like part of it is just like not taking yourself seriously when you like present yourself as a fucking glowing mushroom online.
Yeah.
Where this guy like straight up has a fucking Mr. Robot complex. where
Yeah,
he
dude, it's crazy.
yeah, like yeah, there's a degree of separation between me and my fucking furry profile picture. I'll say that. Like, I don't think I'm literally this pink coyote thing.
Well, I don't think they think that either. What I think they want to be like is they're like, everyone on the internet, they just copy paste whatever image they want as their profile pic. But me, I'm different. I'm not a sheep. I spent money on this, so it's mine. Also, by the way, that tweet, Mike, that was on my birthday. So that's awesome. But in any case, they're like, this is mine. This is the real me. And even though people might copy it, they'll never own the little fucking digital receipt that says it's theirs. And I can keep that. That's a ticket showing how unique I am. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's so fucking stupid. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like astrology for dipshits. But like also they're being conned out of all their money. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because like there's two halves to it. There's like the investment bro, like, dude, NFTs are the future. You can't be thinking about short-term gains. You have to think about what will be paying off in years and years from now. I'm going all in on dick butts, but I'm going to add a little extra on diaper dogs on top of that. Maybe even buy some bored apes or some evil aliens or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Dude.
So it's like this weird intersection of like everything that is about Reddit. If I had to like label a few things that Reddit like is, it's I am very intelligent. That is number one, right? Number two is I know more than the average person because I'm not a normie. And tied into that second one is number three, crypto is the future. We can't trust the banks. They don't know what they're doing, right? And finally, I am very unique, and people just don't understand. They think about my physical appearance, and even though I don't shower or take any care of myself, and I don't clean my room up, and I constantly wear clothes that are super fucking like disgusting because I've been having them on for like 3 days or whatever, right? That's just because they don't understand me. They don't know I'm a genius, right? And I think that those three things are all encapsulated perfectly by NFTs. It's such a fucking scam. It's insane. Speaking of which, there was actually a very high-profile scam that happened in the NFT community recently. Have you heard about evil apes? I'm sorry, evolved apes.
No, the this might not be a surprise to you, but the like NFT scandal that I'm aware of right now is for Lindsay Lohan.
yeah, okay. We're gonna get to that. That's for later. Right.
Gotcha.
But and let me describe this. So Evolved Apes was like, like a fucking NFT fucking scam or whatever, right? And there was 1,000 different unique evil apes. There's just 2 of them for you, right? If you notice, they have like labels. Sorry, 10,000. They have their number labels. So like the one on the right is 1266, right? And they're just slightly different versions of the same fucking picture, right?
Yep.
And
you just redrew the same, redrew different features on the same.
Yeah, and the Twitter guy, Evil Ape, right, said it was a collection of 10,000 NFTs trapped in a lawless land. They're fighting for survival, and only the strongest ape will prevail, right? And they were trying to make it a fighting game with each character being one of the NFTs, right? So everybody was like, wow, this is it. This is the intersection between internet culture, finance, art, and fucking video games, right? So how much money do you think he got off of this?
Like 7 cents.
No.
Oh?
They were able to acquire, before they took the money and run, they got a bunch of things. Basically, people would buy stuff they'd buy these thingies, right? And the creator was able to get $2.7 million US by doing a bunch of tiny transactions on the blockchain in order to basically embezzle the project's funds to steal them, right? And then just fucking went dark, right? Yeah, so now all these people did not get their fucking evil apes, and nothing was like shown to actually happen, right? And the people who who took part in like the evil or the evolved apes like social media competition which was like, marketing or whatever. They haven't gotten their evil apes. And I just think it's like, holy fucking Christ. It's like the fact that people see shit like this and they're not like, this is a scam. Like, have you heard of Earth 2, Psydro?
Yeah, the game where you can just buy plots of land.
Not a game. No. Let's be very clear. They have not made it a game. They said they're gonna make it a game.
Quotes, buy plots of land and like, hey, be like, and go to your high school bully and be like, hey, I own your house now.
Yeah.
Put on Google Maps.
You're literally buying a Google Earth like image, sliced up into a bunch of squares, and you purchase it. And then, like, when they make this quote-unquote game, which is going to be a one-to-one simulation of the entire planet Earth, somehow, right? They're going to make that, and then you're going to own that shit in the game. So people are basically buying property as, like, a pre-sale on Earth 2. And it's just insane how many of these fucking crypto scams, including NFTs, I think all NFTs are fucking crypto scams because it's so fucking stupid. Like, Diaper Dogs is fucking dumb. The fucking Bored Ape shit is stupid as shit. Evolved Apes is literally a scam. Like, not even, like, could be, I mean, possibly not understood as a scam. Sorry.
There was a great quote. I think it was from like the Vice article about this, where they quoted like one of the guys who got scammed out of this. And they were like, "Yeah, there was like a bunch of red flags about like the whole thing in Evil Ape, but I think like most of the people were just blinded by the art."
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Is like people try to like. Because it's human nature to try to justify whatever investment you make. There's actually a really interesting thing in psychology. Fun fact, Psydro, at Christmas, do you give your loved ones gifts?
Not until recently, because I couldn't afford them.
That's fine. As long as you give them literally anything. Do you know why?
Why?
It's twofold, actually. When you give them a gift, because of human nature, you're going to try to do your absolute fucking best mentally to justify your investment. It's not something you do consciously. So you'd be like, if there's no reason I gave this to them besides I wanted them to have it, that must mean I love them or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's why giving gifts to people is really, really good at making you actually like them more. Fun fact, right? That's actually, in my opinion, one of the reasons that people give each other jewelry. I think jewelry is a fucking scam, by the way. But 100%, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's a scam. But in any case, jewelry, because they're like, oh, why would I give this person so much money, like, as a gift? Because you're basically just giving the money, because jewelry's not like really worth anything outside of like the gold you can use on motherboards, right? Because gold is an extremely good conductive metal, right?
Yep. But
they justify it by saying that like, oh yes, it's because I love them. And by the same token, by the same token, when somebody gets given a gift, even if they don't realize it, they feel like they have to equal their debt or whatever and give something back, which is a self-perpetuating cycle of you investing basically in that other person, and you actually grow much closer. That's why Christmas is actually an insanely good way to psychologically manipulate everyone around you to like you more, and for you to make you like other people more. Like, if you give somebody a gift, you will like them more. I'm not even kidding. That's actually one of the coolest things about Secret Santa, in my opinion. Though usually people like just fucking like not do it correctly. But that also applies to these fucking NFTs, right? Because I think we can agree that most of this art, and by most of it, I mean like 95% of it, looks like shit. Like, it's not... I'm not saying an artist didn't draw it, but they sure shit didn't care what it ended up looking like.
I mean, it's not like bad, like on a technical level. It's just like very boring and kind of cheap looking.
It's that really ugly style kind of pioneered by like Newgrounds that like everyone just fucking like loves to like I just feel like anyone who makes art like this kind of like
you hate
doesn't care about fucking about like making something that's aesthetically pleasing. They just want to make something that people could easily make.
Well, and I mean, it's like because you have to make thousands of these things.
Yeah,
so, like you can't like make them
for the
good.
Evolved Apes. You had to make exactly 10,000.
10,000.
Yes.
Okay, so like I'm looking at the like features on these apes because they're obviously like the same body type.
Yeah.
It does not
also, they all look like this, by the way. They all have like their hand up or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like holding a thing.
It does not look like they drew any of the feet on any of the items on them. It just looks like they it looks like they loaded up like some like dress up style.
Yeah, and
like,
they slid it in
and
on
put
different
them
layers of like
in
paint or
them.
whatever. Or not paint,
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Photoshop. Like
Yeah.
it's not like this. Yeah.
What
this
are those
is
like
what
lazy
model.
lions, Mike? What the
Yes.
fuck are those? Okay. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I've seen these before.
Yeah, you could tell they're NFTs because they look like
They look
shit.
yeah. Man, I don't even have to worry about my shit like becoming
No.
an NFT anymore because like I feel like
It does not look. It does not look like dog shit, and therefore it cannot be an NFT.
All right, that's fantastic news.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's. I don't know, man. NFT is such a fucking scam, and I really want to have some like fucking metaverse dipshit be like, actually, you just don't understand that early adopters to NFTs know that they're going to be gigantic in the future. And if I invest 100 Ethereum right now in NFTs, it'll easily pay off in tens of thousands of Ethereum. And I'm just like, bro, you bought a receipt.
And on the scam side of things, it's funny when you brought up that Earth 2 thing. I also saw a story that there was some like VC firm that was starting I think it was described as a fantasy stock market where you buy NFTs of fake stocks to stocks that you want to buy.
Oh my god! So it's a double layer grift.
Yeah.
You're playing like Dollhouse or whatever, but with like real money, and you're getting nothing out of it.
Yes. Yes. So you're like, oh, I want to get 30,000 stocks of Tesla. Ooh, but it's fake stocks, and you're paying like $4,000 for it or whatever.
I just don't know, man. Like, this is just a grift. There's no fucking way it's not a grift. Because there's no way that, like, I don't think that people wouldn't fall for it. They definitely did. But there's no way that the people who are doing it don't understand that they're just, like, fucking hella people over, dude. It's fucking insane.
If you wanted to, do you think you could brainstorm the next Reddit grift?
The next Reddit grift?
The next NFT, the next Earth 2.
I don't know, honestly, because this one is
I would feel
like
like
a
shit if I
perfect
did that.
storm, I think. Because another thing it does is it takes a lot of these like really lonely dudes, right? Who are used to just arguing all the time. And it gives them, one, something to debate about. Because they can endlessly debate and theorize about the projected value of their NFT. So these people who just love to fucking debate people and prove that they're like quote unquote right and shit like that, right? They love this shit. Because there's no right answer. Like, they can't know who was right until after it's already happened, right? So there's no right answer. So first of all, it applies the Reddit debate energy. That's the first thing it does. The second thing it does, it makes them feel superior and unique compared to people who aren't invested in it, right? Yeah. Which, by the way, also insulates itself because they're going to push away everyone else who's going to tell them it's fucking stupid, right? And the thought leaders, aka the grifters of, like, the community, quote unquote, are like basically telling like, don't listen to them, they're fucking stupid, they don't know what they're talking about, they don't know about NFTs. You know, there's like that tweet that's like, man, most people who talk shit about NFTs haven't minted their own NFT. Buy an NFT. It's like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, no one's gonna fucking buy your shit NFTs because first of all, they're shit and they're pointless, and second of all, they are harmful to the environment and no one gives a shit about them. So it's like, that's the second thing. It lets them insulate themselves and feel superior because Redditors love feeling superior. Right? I'm not saying this is just Redditors, but it's got powerful Reddit energy. And then the final and very important thing, it gives them a sense of community. It gives them a place to like know it's like, oh yes, my fellow NFT brethren. It gives them a sense of belonging. Instead of finding like a cool hobby to participate in, like doing art, playing Blood Bowl, doing tabletop RPGs, I don't even know, painting Warhammer shit, getting a fucking jujitsu belt or something. Instead of doing any of that, they can just talk about fucking yellow lions with purple beards and shit all day, and all their fucking buddies will take it extremely seriously. And then they have like, oh yeah, I was right, and shit like that. So I don't know, dude. I honestly think that like the NFT metaverse bullshit is such a perfect storm of like Reddit entrapment that there's no fucking way they're gonna escape. It's like a black hole, right? Once these Redditors hit the edge of the event horizon, they're fucked. They're gonna get swallowed up by the NFT black hole.
So Reddit as a website is just gonna shut down when they all go bankrupt.
No, it's gonna lose all its Redditors, which will be awesome because Then we could finally, like, if we want to use Reddit, it won't just be a bunch of dipshits on it. Yeah,
You know
it's like
what?
a dipshit purge.
Yeah, well, it's like it combines like all the worst aspects of like, because I think a lot of this would not at all be possible without like the crypto boom from like a few years
especially
ago.
game stonks. Especially game stonks.
And yeah, it's sort of like, it's a sort of like not democratized, but sort of like a decentralized kind of like every man can do this, but it's already like appealing to like a lot of the guys who were already well into sort of the crypto scene, and then it combined it with like collectible card games.
Yeah,
just sort of just
that's.
like,
I was actually gonna say that. There's a very, very like prominent NFT guy who one of his posts was him collecting. He had a giant like glass frame where he got every single Gen 1 Pokemon card, and he put them in a giant thing. And I'm like, literally, this shit is like Funko Pops, but you're buying nothing.
Yeah.
That's what is so brilliant about the grift. Is you're literally selling them nothing. You're selling them fucking zero things. Because, like, okay, with a Funko Pop, right? You could show people that you have it, right? But there's not, like, a lot of markability to that. You're like, oh, I have this one, right? But if you have an NFT, you're like, oh, I have the receipt, and you can never get it. But look at the picture that represents it, or whatever, that represents this receipt. So they can, like, show off which ones they have, and then they can be like, yeah, but you guys can't ever actually own it, because I actually own it. Even if you may copy-paste it, I actually own it. You know what I mean? It's so fucking crazy. Because it's like I said, it's like Funko Pops for fucking crypto dipshits. Like, fucking, and I think crypto is so fucking stupid, by the way. Like, just in general, I think it's a giant pile of shit. Mainly just because, like, sorry, go ahead.
My area up here in bumfuck out nowhere, upstate New York, had a managed to push a blockchaining facility out. So like,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ! Oh my god!
But part of that might have honestly been because like populated by a bunch of rich old white dudes who don't know anything about like the new young people.
Yeah, so some dude sold them. Somebody grifted them. I'm telling you right now, somebody grifted the fuck out of them. Like, there's no way they're really making money off of that.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, this is like a very common thing, Psydro, right? Yep. If I'm a grifter and I'm very good at it, what I will do is I will create a company, a startup or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I will pay myself a salary as an employee. I will not own the company. And even if I don't go public with it, I will not own the company. I will put everything under the company's name. So then I sell that as an investment to old rich people or whatever, right? Then when the company bankrupts itself, I get to keep all the money I paid myself. The company files for bankruptcy, and I go do my next grift. That's literally the cycle. I guarantee you the old fucks near you, they got grifted super hard. That thing is going to fucking shut down. I mean, who knows? I may be wrong. But that shit's gonna fucking shut down because you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you can make a ton of money. Look at all these big numbers that you see on the crypto. And they're like, yeah, if we have a lot of crypto, we can make a lot of money. And he's like, exactly. Now just sign here, sign here.
part of the reason why you're going to see like a lot of blockchaining facilities open up here is just because of the temperature.
Yeah, it's cold as fuck, and no one lives there.
No one lives there. Yeah.
Well, okay. And no one lives there specifically because it sucks a little bit of ass, but also because a lot of people, or a very few number of people, own all of the land.
Yep.
Yeah. One of my buddies lives up in upstate New York.
Gotcha. Yeah, it sucks here.
And by upstate New York, do you mean actually upstate, or do you mean just like not Manhattan?
I mean, I'm literally 2 hours away from Canada right now.
Okay, good. Because, like, I've had this debate with other people, like, that are from New York, and they all have different definitions of, like, what upstate is. Some people are literally like, all right, bro, if you're not, like, within 10, or if you're not within, like, 2 miles of Manhattan, that's upstate. And I'm like, I don't really think so.
No. Buffalo is not upstate.
Yeah, like, dude, there are people who think that, though. There are people who think that, who, like, live in Manhattan or whatever, like, yeah, bro, it's the fucking upstate clowns or whatever.
Dude, also, people who fucking live in Manhattan are not, like, representative of the city's population.
Yeah, you know what
Manhattan
I mean.
Sucks. But, like, yeah.
The only thing I've heard about, like, New York City is that it's, like, one of the most miserable places on this fucking earth.
I grew up there, so I like it.
Oh, yeah? Do you like it or it's not shit? Those are very different things.
Listen, like, I miss the ability to walk down the street and buy my groceries.
Okay, do you like New York or do you like city planning where you can walk places?
I like city planning.
Okay. Like, if you had another city in a different area, right, that had the same shit, Would it change your opinion?
But then I have the same shit. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
No.
You don't specifically like New York. You just like city life. It's very
I
different.
like city life, but I mean, like, I like walking down like the street and seeing like a man who's completely tie-dyed, like even his fucking skin.
Yeah, have you been to Coney Island?
Yeah.
Dude, have you have you been to the Coney Island glizzy eating contest?
No, not recently. I haven't watched people deep throat hot dogs in a while.
Also, Psydro, who's the president?
Joe Biden?
Byron! Have you ever seen Side Talk, Psydro?
No.
It's like these dudes from New York who just go around and they have like 50-second videos of just people on the streets of New York. And one of them was the Coney Island glizzy eating contest, right? And there's this like shirtless dude who's like, he's like breakdancing on the fucking street and shit. And the guy's like, who's the president? Byron! Who's the president? Byron! And there's like fucking 4 cops like walking in their like fucking Gestapo formation, you know what I mean? And he's like in front of them like shirtless. Like you could see like his drawers are pulled up super high and his like jeans are sagging and shit. And he's like shirtless, right? And he's like, come on, pull your gun out. Ha! Pull your gun out. Come on, let me see it. And then he's like walking in front of him and shit. You need to watch Side Talk. Whoever's listening to this podcast, please go watch Side Talk. It's so fucking good. Oh my lord. There's like another dude who's like got a fucking rubber glove on and he's holding like, you know those like single shots you can buy from the liquor store?
Mm-hmm.
He's got one of those like, hey, you want some of this? You want some of this? You want a sip? You want a sip? You want a sip? It's just like offering it to this lady. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know, dude. Side Talk is awesome. I like New York because of its powerful crackhead energy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But in any case, let's move on to what I'm positive is also a grift. Lindsay Lohan's persona. First of all, I want your opinion since this is actual furry art. What's your opinion on this?
Okay. I am of the opinion that hair tends to look shitty on furry.
Okay, I know a lot of people. Is that because you're in like on the furry alignment chart? Do you prefer them to be completely animalistic? Is that one of the reasons?
No, I just think that like how do I say the most creative hairstyles that I actually like with furries is when you incorporate an animal's like shapes and features into the like hairstyle, like horses that have mullets because of their mane, but like just because I think it looks cooler, is more creative. Whenever you just graft like a human hair or like fucking anime hairstyle onto a furry character, it doesn't look right.
I feel attacked.
It doesn't.
I feel literally. Do you know what my persona is, Psydro?
What is your persona?
His name is Shadow Flame the Gorilla, and he's literally just a gorilla. He is not anthropomorphic at all. He's just a gorilla. But he has like an extremely powerful emo fringe that goes past his chin, where one half of it is like a sort of like darkish blue, and the other half is like dyed red. And he's got a super cool anime boy hairstyle. And he also has like a katana on his like waist, and he wears like a cool jacket, like a trench coat.
Does he constantly like carry
and he's a dude, and he wears guy liner as well. Yeah, because it's supposed to represent the darkness of his soul around his eyes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
well, okay.
So you're literally attacking me, Psydro. I don't feel welcome.
Well, then, I'm fucking sorry. Feel free to kick me out of
I'm sorry that your fake persona is so dog shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry your fake persona. Yeah. No, hair on furries looks fucking bad when you don't like actually like try and fit it to the form of the head. Because it just looks like they put a wig on it and it doesn't look good. She also doesn't have ears.
Yeah, that is another weird thing.
Like, it looks bad.
Is she supposed to be like a cat? I don't understand. The thing that fucks with me the most.
It's a dog. It's definitely a dog.
I don't.
Just because of the way the snout is shaped. Usually for artists, like I study fucking cat shapes, so like I know this, but like the shape of the cat's muzzle does not go out that far.
Oh, and I have no idea. The only reason I was wondering that is because when I look at it, all the like the little lines on like her cheeks and nose and shit makes it look like she's got whiskers. So I thought she was like a cat lion kind of deal.
That's supposed to be them adding fur texture, but it's so fucking blocky that you can't tell.
Also, it doesn't look like she has freckles. It looks like she got like fucking flavor blasted by some like cheddar cheese dust or something.
Yeah.
So
this was for the canine cartel, if I remember correctly. So it's definitely
what?
Yeah, that's the collective name or whatever.
Okay.
Jesus
They
fucking Christ.
took a noise brush and just splattered it on it. And I feel like I can see like a little bit of noise in her eyes that they didn't like erase correctly.
Yeah, I will say another thing that I find really fucked about this picture is how she's like wearing a blazer, right? But like, I don't know if they intended it for her to be like wearing a white shirt with like some weird shit on. It looks like she's literally just got like ribbons wrapped around her titties. It's very fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, also, can we talk about the perspective of her waist? Like, I don't know what it is. Okay, so look at the left side, right? You see the curvature to it. And then on the right side, she's got her fucking, like, arm there. So it's, like, blocking where that would normally be. But wouldn't that normally jut out a bit?
Her arm is in front of her torso. It's not grabbing onto it.
Yeah, that's why it looks so fucked. It's so incredibly, like... Also, it looks like she's, like, not only, like, turning to the side, right? It looks like she's corkscrewing her body. Like, she put her hip out to the side and then turned her entire body. Because, okay, her chest seems to be pointing in a different direction than her like, bottom legs. Because if you notice, the way the fucking, like, blazer and ribbon goes down. You see how on the right side of the blazer, it cuts back to the left after going right?
Mm-hmm.
That would indicate that she's facing directly towards the viewer, right?
Yeah.
But the way she's turned her upper torso and the way they've moved her shoulders would indicate that she's turning to the, like, the fucking right of the viewer, her left, right? But then also, the way her fucking hips are on the left side for us makes it indicate that she's also turning to the left. So it's like half of her body is looking straight at us and the other half is, like, turned sideways. It's so fucking weird. And, like, her shoulder on the right side has, like, it's supposed to be turned, like, it's supposed to be pulled back a little bit, right? But it looks like her fucking shoulder is displaced like a good 6 inches forward from where it would connect to her body. So she's got a shoulder that's like equal with her fucking chest.
If you drew a line to connect these two shoulders, which is what you have to do, which is kind of what you have to do.
You don't have to do if you're not a good artist.
Which is kind of what you have to do if you want to make good art. The right shoulder would not match up with the left one. It's too low. It would be around like where like the curve of her hair is.
Yeah, and also it would be like her it's like a fish hook. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's bent backwards towards the viewer as well.
This is why, by the way, I guess if any growing artists are watching this is why you never draw clothes onto a character before drawing the body sketch. This is why fashion designers don't even do that. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, the like you know the super like skinny Slenderman type model that fashion designers
like the giga tall like Eiffel Tower people,
yeah, those exist for a reason. You can't draw clothes to fit a form. If the form isn't there, it will look bad. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's what happened here. like they drew the head, definitely, and they were like, oh, I don't want to put more work into this than I have to, so they just drew the fucking like clothes. They sketched the clothes but didn't sketch a body to go with those clothes. So like it ended up looking like this fucking monstrosity.
Yeah, it also looks like she's wearing pants, but like I said, it doesn't look like she's wearing a shirt. It looks like she's wearing like ribbons, and it looks really fucking weird. The other thing I was gonna ask you about, you notice her like neck tufts of hair?
Yeah.
Does it look like to you that the left part of her hair is like on top of that? You see what I mean? It looks like it's resting on top of her like neck shit.
Yes, because of the way it's shaded. Like,
what the fuck?
It implies that they're both under each other.
Yeah.
Like, like this is like a fourth dimensional like hairstyle,
non-Euclidean hairstyle, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's very not like they got it right on the right side of the face.
Yeah, that's what's so fucking weird about it.
Yeah, or like only the like white part of the fucking fur is shaded, but again, that implies that the hair is in front of it.
Also, have you noticed that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's pretty much
yeah. Well, something that because I read a little write up on this whole fucking
Yeah, go ahead.
debacle. And a really good point that was brought up in that was that like if you just showed this to someone and you didn't say who this was supposed to be representative of, I don't know that you would necessarily be able to guess. Like you have no idea that this is supposed to be Lindsay Lohan.
It might be like it wouldn't even be like a fur affinity furry, it'd be like a DeviantArt furry. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, I always thought the DeviantArt furries were kind of like the what would you call them? Like bad guy the hedgehog kind of furries. You know what I mean?
DeviantArt, dude.
I'm sorry?
That's just DeviantArt.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, they're just like, oh, look, it's so cool. Check out my person. Whereas people on Fur Affinity or whatever, granted, I don't go on there because I'm not a furry. I just see a lot of art through knowing a lot of furries, right? So I don't. That is to say, I don't know what I'm talking about. But, but the people on Fur Affinity are just like posting furry art. It doesn't have to be like their fursona necessarily. Does that make sense? And a lot of them have like action shots and shit. Because this gives me like very much like, oh, that's a default background in MS Paint. But what do you think of the like Solar X explosion, like radiation star shit going on behind her?
I think it's probably the best thing in this painting. Like it's not like revolutionary or anything, but
it's
like
inoffensive.
it'd be a cool effect if like you had something like nice and appealing in front of it.
It'd be great if the rest of the piece was good.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not that hard to, like, backgrounds like this for like a portrait are usually like something kind of simple. And
yeah,
like
like the snack you showed had like just like a fade out of the light and some nice coloring, and then just like a little custom sculpt like desert mountains or whatever.
That's one of the more complex, simple backgrounds I've ever seen.
Oh
but,
yeah,
it's definitely not something that only took like an hour to make. But usually like backgrounds like these like they're kind of low effort, and like they don't need to be high effort. They just need to like have like good contrast with the rest of the piece, which is why they fucked up making it blue, because then they needed to add that annoying ass glow around her so her coat doesn't like blend in with the fucking background.
Yeah, it is really weird. I also noticed that like you know how like the background's kind of blue between her like right arm and her torso where it like kind of bends. Why is that like all black? Is that just like a fuck up, or do you think that's intentional?
They probably had a gradient thing that stretched out from the center and went outwards that made the blue lighter as it did. And I'm assuming the point of origin where like if you like got rid of Lindsay Lohan here and improved the picture by like 70%, the point of origin is like behind her, and behind her is like a completely black spot. So that's what I'm assuming is there. I usually use this effect for like skies and stuff, but like yeah, it's like it's probably not a mistake, but like it is a bit too dark behind her, especially because the light is coming from the X, right?
Okay, yeah.
That's what we're supposed to imply.
I will also say one thing that really, really fucking annoys me. Also, I don't know if this is true, but you know, like the Hollywood lights that like aim up at the sky. I think that's what they're supposed to be, by the way.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be like spotlights. Like it's a premiere.
The thing that 20th century
20th century Fox
used to shoot down airplanes.
I will say one thing that really, really, really bothers me about this, just by looking at it, and I instantly identified it, where her hair on like the left side is all fucked up. It's not just that; it's that how like on the right side they put all this effort in to put those little like fur marks or whatever, right? But they didn't do literally anything for the left side of her neck. So it's like, it looks like weirdly unfinished. And then the same goes for like her forehead. Like they go absolutely ham as fuck on like her face. But there's nothing like, there's no texture to her forehead. It's just like a solid color.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
It just looks fucking bad. Like they applied this effect to specific areas and they just refused to do it to the rest. And because they picked almost the exact same, if not literally the exact same, I think it's literally the exact same color for her, like her shirt or whatever, right? It makes it look like they just forgot to finish the fur on like her fucking chest or whatever. You know what I mean? Even though like she's supposed to be wearing some type of white shirt or something, like white blouse. I don't know what the fuck it is.
She definitely is, because of the way her under boob is shaded. Like
Yeah.
Unless they're that shit at anatomy and think the boob is one solid object.
Wait, is it not?
Yeah, there's a singular booba. There's nothing else.
But yeah, that would definitely imply that the left side of her face is also the shirt, and that the shirt extends to her face. I just want to point out, the hand isn't terrible. Like, hands are really hard to draw. I just want to say the pinky is as long as the ring finger. And if we do want to go by the interpretation that like she's not grabbing onto her side, she's just anime posing and putting her hand in front of herself. She has no thumb.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'm going to say another thing, right? I'm going to say another thing.
Yeah.
Okay, hold your hand out as if you're doing a high five.
Yeah.
In front of yourself, and make sure your palm is facing away from your face.
Mm-hmm.
Now, pull in your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I want you to put your two center fingers together, and then I want you to slightly bend your pinky and pointer finger. That is the thing she's doing.
Yeah.
So, like, how the fuck does a person do that? And also, if you noticed, her fucking pointer finger, at least what it's supposed to be, is also, it looks like her pinky. Because, like, it doesn't bend all the way. It's like it looks like it only has one joint. Like, all her fingers look like they only have one joint. It's really fucking weird. I know hands are hard to do, but goddamn, does it look fucked up? She's like...
Her ring finger is broken because her knuckles are not like
yeah, it's
extending outwards.
So...
So like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like her fucking... I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and her wrist isn't like... Her wrist is also probably... It's either broken or the artist like lassoed the hand and moved it down a little, because like that palm is stretching too far.
Yeah,
and there's no like connection point between it and the rest of the hand. So
yeah. Like... The other thing I think is super fucked up about it is that like her hand is almost completely vertical, like her palm, but like her fingers stretch out straight out. Like, what the fuck? The other part about it, it looks like that it's like from the elbow down, it looks like someone else's hand. If you notice, right where that light hits her elbow on the inside, you see what I mean with like a little halo?
Yeah.
If you notice that little sort of curve that cuts across her whole elbow, it almost looks like a completely different shade than the rest of it. Like, it's not shaded the same way. Have you noticed that? Like, no. It literally looks like somebody else's forearm and hand, and then her fucking, the rest of it's actually her arm.
Well, I think it's supposed to sort of look like, or at least with her arm, it's supposed to sort of look like...
Does that not look like there's like a portal in her fucking
like
elbow?
This.
It definitely doesn't look like
well, yeah, that's what they're going for. It's just like they failed to capture that.
Side, do you see what I mean? Where it looks like her fucking... It's shaded so differently that it looks like there should be like shadows on her fucking... like the top of her like arm or whatever, but it literally looks like there's another arm coming through from like a different dimension, just so happens to be where her elbow is.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like someone's left hand is like coming out where her right arm, or like, I don't know, it looks so fucked up.
I get it.
Oh my god.
The shading does not imply what anything is. And and I'll just say foreshortening's hard. Her forearm is probably like 9 inches long. If like what we're looking at is how we're supposed to like.
Yeah, bro, she like doesn't have correct anatomy for like a person even slightly. No. I will say, how much is this? Hold on.
Are you gonna buy it?
No, fuck no. How much is this? $59,000.
Gotcha.
So it's sold for $59,000.
I do want to say, I think the artist, at least, if I want to like compliment one thing, bang up job on like leather texture. You did it. You're all right at like creating a fucking texture for leather.
Good job. It's like, it looks like vinyl to me,
I thought it was like supposed to be like leather. New age like plastic leather, like pleather. I didn't think it was like actual. I think it looks shiny.
Okay, it's definitely not leather, like kink leather or anything. It's definitely like.
I mean, bro, she's like, wearing like a fucking chest wrap. I wouldn't be surprised if it was kink leather.
Yeah, it's definitely like the shit that like rain boots are made of. But like,
Okay.
yeah, like it's all right. They did the texture fine. Like they didn't just make solid like tubes that her hands are going through. So like,
Also,
yeah,
if we could
but
talk about fashion for like 2 seconds, right?
yeah,
I think it's a fucking crime that jackets that only go halfway down your torso are like considered like a feminine thing because they look fucking sick.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like having like a jacket with full sleeves that goes down to like just below your rib cage. That shit looks fucking sick as hell.
I've
I
been
love
meaning to
that.
buy one of those for myself.
Dude,
Like,
same.
like
They
it.
look fucking awesome. I want to get one that's got like as like part of an outfit though, so I don't want to like I want to find like a good pairing with it. Besides, I'm already trying to get my like wasteland fucking outfit done.
Well, like when I get enough body confidence, I definitely wear one of those without a shirt. But like, whatever.
Without a
But, like,
shirt, eh?
Yeah,
So you feel like a
yeah.
fucking JoJo character. I
Yeah,
like
like
it. Wait. Would you be going more for like the ripped JoJo physique, or would you be more like a twink with a nice jacket?
like part 5 JoJo.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Fucking like. Let's go with twink with a nice jacket.
Okay.
But like,
Wait, is he
I'm
the blonde
shaded-
one?
No, I mean characters in part 5. JoJo.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know.
Yeah. like let's go with twink with a nice jacket, but it looks like I'm a bit overshaded.
Wait. Are you talking about the dude with
Like
the blue hair?
I'm
That goes
talking
down on either
about
side of
like
his head?
how the fact that every character in part 5 of JoJo is like dresses like a woman and has like like Lady Gaga woman.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be fucking misogynist.
I was about to say, bro, you're letting out the
Sorry.
fucking venom, bro.
That was the worst thing I've said on the podcast. I'm so sorry. Dresses like, well, if it makes them feel any better, I would want to dress like some of the characters. Okay, I'm digging a hole for myself. Well, like, let's go with like fucking like part 5 JoJo, weird extravagant outfit and killing people in broad daylight with my helicopters.
Oh hell yeah, dude. I think my favorite like way to dress is like a fucking I don't know, like Cask of Amontillado meets Cyberpunk. I want to look like a fucking like futuristic like Count Dracula.
Oh, got a skeleton trapped in a wall.
No. I mean like
a cyber arm.
I want to look like an Italian Renaissance man who fights the mean streets as a fucking samurai for hire. Like I combine my fucking like sick like poofy jacket or whatever with combat boots and a fucking Glock.
Well, when someone takes a photo of that, I'm gonna make it an NFT and talk about my,
dude.
my Italian,
Bro,
my Italian hit samurai.
I
sword.
should get an X-ray, right? And then I should make an NFT for each of my bones.
Mm.
So you can buy my bones.
Are you
Oh
gonna?
yeah, introducing my new NFT collective, Cyber Lombards.
Yeah, my new collection, Goot's skeleton. Buy any part of my skeleton.
I am selling my skeleton as an NFT.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've covered a good amount of ground today. What's your overall thoughts there, Psydro?
Well, you didn't talk about Lindsay Lohan as a fucking NFT, but we discussed why it's a shit piece.
Well, I mean,
So
I
I'm-
think
I'm
it's like
satisfied
already
with that.
covered that it's like very fucking stupid, and like she very clearly got grifted by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
don't
Like,
think that.
Lindsay,
I don't know
just
that-
give us your rights. It'll be fucking sick. You'll make a lot of money.
Thanks, Richard Nixon from Futurama.
Agnew, draw Lindsay Lohan. Agnew is the most innovative furry artist of our time, I think.
So sad. Of the future's time, but like...
Yeah, the bodiless head of, or the headless body of Agnew
Oh, yeah.
is a fucking acclaimed furry artist.
If only I could be as good as.
Can you have followers on
and-
Fur Affinity?
Do I? What?
No,
Do
can
I?
you? Is that a thing?
So you could probably do an entire episode about Fur Affinity as a thing because it's a terrible website.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But I'll just say this: there's no blacklist feature.
Oh no, that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, in case, So yeah, your thoughts on NFTs and diaper dogs, dick butts, fucking poopy penguins or whatever.
You've sold me on the concept. I've bought like 7 diaper dogs
Oh,
during
Jesus
the podcast.
Christ. Oh, also, if you look up diaper dog, there's like a picture of dude's like, diaper dogs, baby, I'm all in, or whatever. And it's like a picture of him like from his chest down, and he's wearing a fucking he's wearing like a shitty diaper or whatever.
Ew.
No, I don't mean he's like showing his shit, but he's like sitting in a chair with no clothes on, it's just his diaper. And it's like, you know, like you hold your phone up to like your face and then aim it down at your legs. It's like that, and it's very surreal. I'm telling you, bro, Reddit energy is powerful.
Yeah, I've never thought. I know there's a subsection of people that don't find diapers as a kink, but think they're funny. I'm not. I think diapers are fucking terrible anytime I see that. So that's my final thought on NFTs. They're as good as
a shit-filled
like,
diaper.
as like just a picture of someone wearing a diaper, of an adult wearing a fucking diaper.
Your thoughts, Mike? What do you think? What do you think about the NFT situation?
Oh man, like sometimes when I hear about this shit, I kind of like I'm like, man, I really wish that I had been the guy to think to think of this, so I could make all of the money that I could immediately run away with.
Right.
But then
And yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
That's it. I want to scam dipshits. That's
Yeah,
I
victimless crime.
I will say, before we move on and end the episode, if we're talking about diapers and their relation to people, the only person I know of that's like into diapers has made me think of it, and I always think of them when I think of diapers. Is do you know who Messy Tails is? Psydro?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. Don't look it up. But he's the person I think of. If you know about Messy Tails, you know. Well, in any case, that's our episode for today. Anything you guys want to close out with?
Buy my new NFTs.
Yeah,
Okay.
buy, make NFTs of my art, and then never talk to me.
Okay. Well, in any case, next week when we come back, we'll actually have hopefully a new format. Ooh, a new show, if you will, and it'll be very good. See you all then.